Very good morning to all our subscribers and welcome to The Brief with me, Joel Outsgoon. Let's first take a look at what's trending today. Opposition leader Nimal Siripal de Silva questioned in Parliament yesterday over the postponement of the United Nations Human Rights Council report on Sri Lanka.
Did the Sri Lankan government request the report and the recommendations that were scheduled to be presented during the March sessions to be postponed to the sessions in September? Has the Sri Lankan government made a pledge to create a program that will be just in addressing war crimes? Will the letters addressed to the UN Human Rights Council by the government of Sri Lanka and the foreign minister be presented to this cabinet? The Northern Provincial Council has claimed that war crimes had taken place and called for an international investigation on this. What measures does the government hope to take to stop the attempts calling for an international investigation? Please also inform this chamber of what new measures will be taken to build the image of Sri Lanka.
Yesterday, court permitted the interrogation of Vele Sudha alias Samantha Kumara until the 23rd of March under detention orders. Drug kingpin Samantha Kumar alias Vele Sudha was produced before Colombo High Court this morning under tight security. Charges have been filed against Vele Sudha for amassing a wealth of 170 million rupees through the drug trade. Vele Sudha was arrested in Pakistan and brought to Sri Lanka recently.
The general public may cast their doubts that immediate action is not being taken against persons such as politicians and others whose names were revealed by Vele Sudha. Vele Sudha has revealed to us that this drug trade and its financial activities were conducted very secretively. Transactions have not taken place through banks. On most occasions, their transactions were facilitated by a third party. We need to gather all the evidence. Facts revealed by Vele Sudha need to be confirmed through other means. This process is underway.
The bill entitled Assistance and Protection to Victims of Crime and Witnesses was taken up for debate in Parliament yesterday. The bill proposes to the establishment of the National Authority for the Protection of Victims of Crime and Witnesses and the establishment of the Assistance and Protection Division of the Sri Lanka Police Department. The bill also proposes the establishment of a protection fund for witnesses and victims of crime. This hopes to ensure the right of a witness to present evidence on what he or she saw, heard or even felt when criminal case is taken up. This also proposes for the implementation of a program that will assist the victims of crimes to obtain immediate relief while protecting their rights. This was a section that was not given much attention for a long time by the law of the country.
Some persons are remanded based on complaints. However, after 2 to 3 months, they are released, citing that there is no case. Will attention be drawn to the personal damages caused to such persons through this?
That matter can be challenged through a fundamental rights case.
This bill can be termed as one that is time appropriate. It was several years ago that it was decided to present this bill to Parliament and get it passed.
There was no judiciary in this country. There was no police in this country. The judiciary and police was only there in this country to implement the law on the poor and helpless people of this country. However, today, within days, we have been able to protect the independence of the judiciary, the bribery commission and the police. Even the Chief Justice has come along following the proper judicial procedure. Today, we can speak of the independence of the judiciary without any fear. The American Chamber of Commerce in Sri Lanka, or AmCham, has planned for an interactive meeting between leading Sri Lankan and American companies. Speaking to Newsfirst, General Manager of AmCham, Radhika Ubesekara, says that the meeting will provide an opportunity for ministers to have an insight into the trade and investments.
The significance of this event is to give the AmCham membership an opportunity to meet with the key ministers holding the key portfolios relating to trade and investment, and to obtain first-hand valuable insight into the policies under their respective portfolios, and to basically hear from them as to what the government has in store for the business community. There are a number of key ministers who will be in attendance. Amongst them will be the newly appointed Finance Minister, the Honourable Ravi Kardanaika. Also in attendance will be the Deputy Ministers and State Ministers of trade, investment and promotion, economic policy, etc. So a number of ministers holding portfolios relevant to trade and investment will be in attendance, and this will be a great opportunity for the participants to meet with them.
Speaking further, she expressed the following.
The participants can expect to have a very interesting interactive session with the officials. What we would like to give them is an opportunity to speak to them under very informal setting and give the ministers an opportunity to move around and meet with the participants as well. So the format of the program is to facilitate this, and we hope to have a very interesting session.
Well, on that note, we wrap up the brief for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Here's reminding you that you could leave us your like and subscribe and leave your comments on the comment box below. Reminding you to stay brief. I'm Joel Outscoon for News First.